This DWRG review from Tim Rob Pickering, published on the 5th of the 4th, 03, an illogical and lackluster story. Season 20 kicks off with the first story set in Gallifrey in 5 years, however very little at all is established in this tale about the Doctor's home planet, and the result is that we get yet another tale of a treacherous member of the High Council teaming up with a renegade in order to prolong the latter's full existence, alongside trips into the Matrix, the Doctor facing a sentence of death in a slow investigation process. The result is that this entire section of the story feels unimaginative, tired, and worn out. Omega returns in this story as a mystery villain, but there is no reference to him whatsoever before the ending of Part 3, and so there is not the slightest clue as to who the villain is. The three Doctors may have been repeated just over a year before the story's original transmission, but this is not enough in itself to make the revelation at all surprising beyond it isn't the Master this time. The other half of the story is set in Amsterdam and once more sees the series undertake overseas location filming. Unfortunately, Amsterdam lacks world-famous landmarks other than its canals, whilst its famed red light district and liberal laws on drugs are not exactly appropriate to show in a series like Doctor Who. All we're left with is a generic European city, and whilst it is nice to see an acknowledgement that there is more to Earth than London and the home counties, the Amsterdam location feels extremely superfluous. There's an attempt to explain it by making the point that Omega needs to be below sea level for his fusion booster to work, but he could just have easily hidden himself in the depths of the London Underground to carry out exactly the same task. Worse still, it seems highly bizarre that Tegan gets caught up in the action by accident so far from home. The result is a story that suffers from a highly illogical and lackluster plot, and is let down further by the dialogue. There are a few memorable scenes other than the moving one where Omega is wandering around Amsterdam and sees the music wagon and smiles as he realizes what it is like to experience a proper existence. The acting is not especially spectacular for this story. Colin Baker makes his first Doctor Who appearance as Commander Maxwell, where the part is so relegated to the sidelines that there is little scope for development. Also bizarre is the way that Maxwell and the Castellan disappear from the room between parts 3 and 4, with the former not reappearing at all in the story. The rest of the cast gives straightforward performances, but none stand out. However, of the regulars, Sarah Sutton gives a strong performance as Nissa, benefiting from not being around Tegan for much of the story, so the character shows more potential than usual. The production includes some nice location footage in Amsterdam and the imaginatively designed Gron costume that looks like a humanoid pterodon, but neither are fully justified in terms of plot. Otherwise, we get to see a small-scale Gallifrey and a few sets for the interiors in Amsterdam, but little spectacular. The whole result is a story that tries to be memorable but fails abysmally.